Hello, this is Katie, and I am here to make a fall card. I took a poll on Instagram since I'm doing a video a day, so this is day 18, but I'm also doing a Halloween series, and sometimes it's one and the same. But I did a poll on Instagram to see if people wanted to see, sorry, my focus is off, a Halloween card or a fall card, and it ended up being 40% to 60% for fall. So people might be tired of Halloween already, but that's okay. So, I am here with a fall card. So, I decided to take a break from Distress Oxides. I have my mini Distress inks, which I need a much better storage system for because these lids are super loose and they keep falling off. And surprisingly, I don't think the ink is drying out, but I'm storing them like stacked in a box and it's not working. So anyway, trying to keep this video somewhat short. So I'm going to blend some colors, and then I'm using Lawn Fawn stitched leaves. I have a bunch of different sizes. I'm not using the big ones. I'm going to be using the medium sized one of that, the medium that shape, that one, and this one. I think the shape of this that matches these is probably this size, but it's kind of small and I like the bigger one. And then I have like mini ones as well. I believe this was two different sets of theirs because they're the same, they're just different sizes. So I thought I only had one set, and I must have gotten the smaller or bigger one after the fact. So I'll set the others aside. I'll be using these ones, but we're going to blend some and then die cut them out from here. I have Fired Brick, Scattered Straw, and Spiced Marmalade, all on new foams. This is another storage system. I really don't want to buy one of these for every single color I have, but I have these, but I also hate taking them off because the ink gets all over my fingers. This is a very dark red. I'm hoping I still have blending power in me for regular Distress. The oxides are so easy at this point. I'll use the Spiced Marmalade, which is the orange, and blend that with the red. And then Scattered Straw, which I'm not even sure I've used before. And we'll blend that under the orange. It is much more difficult with, I hope this isn't dried out. There's a string I want out of there. There we go. That should be good. Kind of tone down the red a bit. And then I will do, going the other way, on this side, since I'm not really blending, I don't know, an area, I guess it doesn't really make sense. I'm just blending onto the card somehow, and then I'm going to die cut from it, so this isn't like the background of a scene or anything, so it's a little more messy. I think the ink is okay. I don't think it's, here, I'll test this on the edge. I don't think it's dry. It's just having a hard time getting on a brand new foam. We'll just blend a little bit more. Okay, so that should be plenty. I'm also going to be using some gold embossing powder on this card. So we'll set those there, and then I'm going to grab my Big Shot, and I think I'll just set these on there, and I probably need a few, a couple of each or something, so we'll just get one of those, one of those, one of that. Just kind of placing them wherever. I can always add more. We'll do this backwards. I can always blend more on the leaves themselves after they come out. I'm just gonna roll slow so I don't shake you. Okay. So, turned out pretty cool looking. Those are two of them. These other two. So for the dies, when they get stuck, my tweezers might not be readily available. I usually just poke all the way in the bottom. I usually just try and only poke one of them so I don't ruin the die, and then I can go in with a tweezer and just kind of pick it out of the die. So that turned out really neat looking. Honestly, better than I expected it to, so that's good. Just poke one edge of it, sneak the tweezer in there, and pop that out. So now we know the 4 that we have. I'll kind of keep them down here. I'm standing right now. So we have a yellow and an orange of this one, so I'll get like a red and orange kind of one, maybe over there. And then for this one we have red and orange, so I will do yellow and orange. And then for this guy, it was very red and orangey, so we'll flip that and do that one. And then for this guy, it was the orange and yellow, so we will get some red and orange. So that worked out pretty well. Oops. So I'll run these through, and then we'll have a whole different set of leaves. And then we can work on placing them onto the card. Okay. So now our 2 of this shape look like that. And then our, oops, they're not as quickly. Okay. Our 2 for these are those colors. Very cool. And then this shape, we've got those 2 opposites. And oops, drop that one on the ground. Get this guy out. I don't want to hurt it. Then we have that one. And the one I dropped on the floor. And those 2 are very different. So, nice little array of leaves. I will probably make more of these. I'm doing a card class. I think I moved you. Sorry, let me fix that. Soon. Probably early November. I need to get through October first. But card class in early November, and it's going to be Thanksgiving cards. And I only have one prepped so far. I'm trying to prep in advance this time and not the morning of, which is what I usually do. And so this card that I'm making, or a variation of it, might be kind of fun if people want to kind of come up with their own leaf patterns. So those will be very cute. And then for the card base, I have a black 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 normal. I think this is blurry, it's not focusing. Top folding. So there's that, and then we're going to stamp on the bottom half of the front. So that'll be the front. I need to use my stamping platform. We're going to be using the wood grain backdrop set from Lawn Fawn. I've had it forever. That's why my stamp is kind of yellow. I think they just yellow over time. I don't keep them in the sun at all, so I think it's just a material thing. So I need this I need it in this on the bottom. I'm just trying to figure out how we're gonna do this. I'm sure this will be fine. So I want it here, basically, covering that. So that'll hold that in place. And I also need, this is gonna be the gold embossing. So I need to do this first. But this is how I'll set it up in the stamp platform. Kind of rub some of that away. I can always rub away more later. Line that up. And then pick it up. I always pick it up really slow. The card has a tendency to move. The magnets aren't super great. Not that they're not strong, they are, but stamps are stickier and they're very good at pulling up cards. So I'm going to ink it up with just the Versamark watermark ink, the clear ink. Probably don't need to go to the ends since that's not going to be used. But this ink is really good. I probably don't even have to do as many presses on it as I'm doing, but it is very good about the coverage, especially, so probably only need to do a couple. And then I just want to make sure this has a good impression the first time. I don't want to have to stamp it again because the card's not in the best spot. There may have been too much ink on there, but that's okay. I will clean that later. So it looks like I have, you can kind of see in the light, like a little too much squishy ink there, but that's okay. We will see how that goes. My gold embossing powder. Just use the whole thing. I'm just going to dump it back in the container anyway. It doesn't look like, they just look like little knots in the wood, honestly, so I think that'll be fine. Okay. Okay, so I'll set that aside and we will put this back in. I've had this gold embossing powder forever too. I don't use nearly enough gold. Okay. Then I'm going to heat up my gun a little bit and then melt this. And I will zoom in for that part because I want you to be able to see it. There's some powder. Oops. That's fine. That's going to be covered by leaves anyway. Oh, that didn't sound good. Good thing I have two guns. I'm going to pause this and grab my other one. Okay, so let's try this again with my second gun. Pretty sure that one just died. I've had that so long. Oh well. Let me focus this. I don't know why it won't. Okay, I'm going to heat this up and then melt this. Really glad I had that second one, or I would have been super sad and I would have been able to finish the card. So I'm gonna zoom out. That feels really cool. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this sentiment in gold too. I thought about maybe doing it in white, but I just want to do gold, so I'm going to. So I have a sentiment. I'm just going to emboss this whole thing, emboss bag, so nothing sticks. It's thanks so very much from Lots to Say from Reverse Confetti, which I love. It's just a great set. And then we will use this ink, and it's just going to go at the top. May or may not be straight, but that's okay. Very sticky ink. Clean those later, and then use our same paper. Don't need to have so much powder this time. And then set that aside. I'll put this back. Okay. And then I will melt this one, and then we will finish off the card. I'm very much not a gold person, like gold jewelry or anything. Not that I wear that much, but I do like it on cards a lot. That is very pretty. So I'm going to use some string as well. I think we will do my special scissors. So this one, we're going to tie it right under this, and I think maybe tape down, if it's going to be about there, tape it down, which I don't really have tape. I think I have a tape. Hang on. Oh, I know where I put it. Forgot I have a tape dispenser under me, so it's not cute. I could put something over that if I really wanted to, but that should be good. And then let's use my spooky house to hold that down. Hopefully he won't get in the way. And then I'll tie it off to the side. So when I'm tying anything like this, I take my tweezers. I guess these are called reverse tweezers or something. I don't know. To like be my pinky in the bow, so I can tie it without it moving. And then I just want a little bow, and then you just slide them out. And then I can trim off about where that is, and then I'll put Spooky House back. Okay, so that'll be the bow. I'm not sure how much I love it, but I still want it on the card. And you can always tie a string around and tie a bow separately and use a glue dot to put that on if you can't get your bows to straighten out. So I might have to position this for the photo, but otherwise it's kind of turning and flat. Okay, so for all our leaves, we don't have to use all of them, but I want to put at least one of each in there and alternate their colors, their shades that we picked. So maybe like that. Set these ones aside. So that is kind of the idea. And I will probably use my tape, my tape runner, ETG, to stick these down. So I think I'll try and do it piece by piece, keeping them where I want them. I rarely put things down before, like to kind of lay them out before I want to actually put them down, but I think in this case it's a good idea. And then this one, stick down there. Tuck this guy under. And then do the last underneath one. And then that last one can go on top. Oh, that didn't really work out, did it? Oh. Oh, I don't know why those looked alternating or different to me. So it would have been that one and then a reddish one. Oh well, that's fine. Okay. Alright, so I'll probably use those in the background since we have them left over, but I'm shaking you. That is the finished card. Hopefully I can get this to position. I can probably move it and put a little tiny glue dot under it to get it to stay. But there you go, and that is my fall card. So thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.